So, word on the street is that Samsung themselves is having a lot of trouble with their foldable smartphones. A lot of consumers are reporting that as of right now, they're having issues with the foldable screens and they have the tendency to crack. So the hinges are obviously bad on Samsung new device, but really at the end of the day, a $1,900 phone, they shouldn't be having a lot of issues with it, but apparently they are. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the DC Show. This is T. McNeil. Today is Tuesday. Let's talk some tech gaming news. So as I stated before, guys, Samsung's actually having some problems right now with their brand new Galaxy Fold phone devices. Because really what it looks like to me is that it's just two basic smartphones sandwiched together to make one device. And the thing is, guys, I made a comment about this a while back. You know, I'm not sure exactly who this device is for, because people have to, in my personal opinion, guys, just my opinion, you know, I think you have to really just choose which device that you really want. Either you're a smartphone person or you're a tablet person, okay? And there may be people out here that are obviously both, you know, and they want the two in one because they want the best of both worlds, so to speak. But to me, from an aesthetic standpoint, the phone is really not that appealing, okay? That's just to me, guys. I mean, I think that Samsung really needs to just redesign this thing from the ground up, okay? I mean, I see the idea, I see what they're trying to do, but again, it's not going to work well for Samsung. Now, if you guys remember, roughly about 2017, guys, or 2016, when the Note 7 actually launched from Samsung, they were having a lot of issues with that, and they're kind of comparing this situation to that. And I said that's kind of like apples and oranges, guys, because at the end of the day, really, it's not the same situation, okay? Those phones were actually exploding and causing fires in people's houses and book bags and purses, etc., and they were causing bodily injury to consumers that had that phone, okay? This phone here is just simply breaking, okay? That's something that Samsung just has to go back to the drawing board and just rework it and redesign it so that way it's, you know, a little bit more not only appealing, but it'll work a little better as far as the design is concerned, okay? So again, that's apples and oranges. You know, we can't really compare those two situations because, again, they're totally different. So Samsung's actually been in this boat before with issues with their phones. To me, it's just a simple refresh of a phone, okay? But there's some information, guys, really quick that I actually want to get into. Now, keep in mind during this entire video that this device is $1,980, okay? It's extremely expensive. So I can only imagine how pissed people are that actually, well, could afford something like this, how mad they actually are right now, considering the fact that it's a brand new technology and they're starting to have, you know, a lot of issues with this thing already. So, but it does say right here, guys, now this is according to CNET themselves. It says that the delay is not just a black eye for Samsung, but for consumers or consumer confidence in foldable phones in general. These flexible and bendable devices are supposed to represent a revolution for smartphones, but they can hardly take off if people are worried about their durability. And given the high prices for the devices, just look at the $2,600 Huawei Mate X, you have a right to expect that this phone, well, actually works. Which obviously, guys, is true, okay? So the Huawei Mate X is almost double the price of Samsung's phone. I kind of thought that Samsung, because they're one of the leaders in the technology world, that they would probably be the more expensive device. So I'm kind of surprised to see Huawei Mate X at $2,600. You know, the thing is, again, I have to ask the question, who is this phone for? Okay, who's the device for? Because to me, like I said, it just doesn't make any sense to have a phone and a tablet together. Now I understand, you know, people may not want to carry multiple devices. You don't want to have a phone in one hand and then have tablet in the other hand. So people figure, hey, let's put them together. But to me, it's just like I said, it's not even appealing. When the device is closed, if you're using the phone function of it, first of all, it's very weird looking. The bezels are about 4 inches thick on each side of the screen, and then on top of that, the screen itself it's like a 4-inch. It's like it's too small. You know what I'm saying? It's not even like it's usable. You know what I'm saying, guys? So I'm just not sure, who this thing is actually for. Now, of course, when you open the phone up, obviously it does expand into that 7-inch screen, which is a good thing. But how you gonna? If you want to use it as a phone, you're not gonna have it folded out like a tablet and use it like this. You're gonna fold it back into the phone setting. Okay, so they say that it's easy to text on the things and this, that, and the third. I'm just not sure about all that, guys. Like I said, aesthetically, I think the phone just needs to be redesigned. And obviously now it has to be redesigned because the hinges on them are breaking. That's the reason why the phone is cracking. Now there's some rumors going around, guys, that people think that Samsung probably what they should have did instead of having it fold inward is have the phone fold outward this way. You see what I'm saying, guys? So I'm pretty sure that they're going to work this out. I have some confidence in Samsung, but again, doesn't necessarily mean that I'm a huge fan of this particular device. Okay. Now it does say that the screen failures would have been amplified had they reached consumers and not just early reviewers. The foldable phone market is on wobbly, hyper-filled legs, and the first impressions so far have been mixed. The Royal Flex Pi was interesting, but the buggy product. The Mat X impressed people at MWC 2019, but it wasn't widely available to test. Now there is this controversy. A bad product could blow this trend before it has a chance to become a thing. Okay, so as of right now, Samsung's kind of in this little debacle. They're in a state of, I won't say despair, but they got to go back to the drawing board, as I keep saying. This is one of those devices. It's brand new to the market. Okay, guys, we have to always keep that in mind that any new technology that comes out, it's always going to have bugs. It's always going to have sometimes design issues. As we can see with this phone here. So it's a new technology. It's a brand new market. Okay, it's not going to be flawless. Okay, so all Samsung got to do is figure this thing out. They're going to go back to the drawing board. Okay, redesign it, and then hopefully it didn't leave a bad taste in too many people's mouths that already bought this device before. Okay, because usually if you spend that kind of money and you have a bad experience, you won't spend that kind of money again. Okay, especially on the same device. So like I said, hopefully with this brand new market that they're trying to create, this won't hinder Samsung too much, because a lot of the phone companies, they're going to be developing these things. I know Apple's going to have their own version of a foldable phone. I think it's supposed to be coming out this year in 2019. Okay, so they definitely don't want to be left in the dark with this. So believe you me though, all of these phone companies, guys, they're taking note of what happened with the Samsung foldable phone, and they're going to make sure that they don't make the same mistake. Okay. And lastly, guys, let's say that Samsung says it's identified a possible early cause. The company said the initial findings from its investigation found potential damage from the impact of the exposed areas of the hinge at the top and bottom of the phone. It also said substances found inside the device might be affecting the display performance. We will take measures to strengthen the display protection, Samsung said in a statement. We will also enhance the guidance on care and use of the display, including the protective layer, so that our customers get the most out of their Galaxy Fold. And lastly, while there aren't any victory laps in Samsung's near future, the company has the opportunity to fix its issues with the Fold, as I already stated, early, and preserve the prospects for the broader foldable smartphone market, assuming it's nothing catastrophic that requires a full design. So as I stated, guys, That's right along what I just said before. I think it's just going to have to be a full design. Okay, that's just my personal opinion. The hinges, they're going to have to figure out another way to construct them so that they're not easily breakable. And I think, like I said before, what Samsung's probably going to have to end up doing, instead of having the phone fold inward, have the phone fold outward, like kind of like away from each other. Okay, but I don't know how they're going to do this, guys, because you want a seamless experience. So you want the hinges to be hidden to an extent. Okay, you know that they're there as a consumer, but from an aesthetic standpoint, you don't want them showing, because say if you fold it out like this and you're looking at a movie, you don't want the hinges on the inside to show and make notches and break up the screen, because then it just really aesthetically doesn't look that appealing. Okay, and then if you're showing somebody a photo, if you're showing somebody a YouTube video, a Facebook video, whatever type of content that you're showing, again, you don't want those hinges to actually be seen by whoever else that you're obviously trying to impress. Okay, so they're going to have to figure out a way to have this phone, in my opinion, fold out a different way, and they're going to have to have these hinges that's redesigned, okay, and make them a little bit more sturdier, so that way they're not breaking like they are right now. Okay, but $1,900 is extremely expensive. That's not something that I obviously can afford, and I'm not even going to attempt, guys, to buy something like this, because at the end of the day, it's not something for me, but it may be something for you guys. All right, the Huawei phone is also double that at $2,600. Okay, that phone actually costs more than most 4K televisions right now. Okay, so I do expect eventually, guys, as the technology becomes a little bit more mainstream, the price obviously will come down on it. And once that happens, of course, there'll be newer versions of these phones that come out, in the near future. And these are just first generation phones, so they'll naturally drop in price, and then we'll have whatever the second generation is, and they'll be high. So it'll be kind of like a uneven scale, so to speak. So that is what it is. All right, but you guys give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Are you one of the ones that actually purchase one of these foldable phones? If your pockets are that deep and you got bread in the bank like that, you let me know. All right. Also, guys, make sure that you like and share this content. I would definitely appreciate that. Also, if you enjoy the content, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. And lastly, do not forget to tap the bell symbol so that you receive notifications. Very important when the DC Show puts up new content. All right. So I appreciate you watching, listening, and tuning in. Until the next time,